It is 100 modern adults against 1,000 Stone Age hunter-gatherers. No guns, no vehicles, no professional soldiers hiding in either group. Both sides receive wooden spears, basic shields, the same food, and 24 hours to prepare in a valley, surrounded by forest and rocky hills. The modern group has science, engineering, first aid, and at least one person who has watched far too many survival videos. The ancient group has 10 times the manpower and a lifetime of using their bodies to stay alive. So who wins? First, forget the idea that ancient humans were primitive action heroes. They were parents, hunters, gatherers, toolmakers, teenagers, and probably one exhausted man who wished everyone would stop moving camp. But daily life trained skills most modern people rarely use. Upper Paleolithic spear points found at Dolní Věstonice in the Czech Republic, occupied roughly 30,000 years ago, show communities that understood hunting weapons, teamwork, and dangerous animals. Someone who regularly tracked prey, carried food, climbed rough ground, and slept without climate control would probably handle physical stress better than the average office worker. The modern group still has serious advantages. They understand sanitation, anatomy, mechanical leverage, signaling, and the basic principle that standing in an open field while 1,000 people charge at you is a poor lifestyle choice. In one day, they could dig trenches, sharpen stakes, create narrow entry points, assign medics, and use whistles or flags for communication. Could 100 modern people defeat 1,000 ancient humans in a direct charge? No, absolutely not. On flat ground, numbers dominate. Even if every modern person defeats 3 opponents, which is already action movie mathematics, 700 ancient people remain. Once the smaller group is surrounded, germ theory becomes mostly useful to whoever writes the medical report afterward. The forest changes everything. 10 times as many people are harder to coordinate between trees, rocks, smoke, and poor visibility. The modern group could create false trails, traps, choke points, and distractions. They might use controlled fires or loud signals to split the larger group into smaller sections. Modern humans are not automatically stronger, but they are very good at turning complicated problems into meetings. For once, the meeting might help. The Stone Age group, however, would read the landscape more naturally. They could notice tracks, disturbed vegetation, and signs that a suspicious accountant carrying a spear had recently passed through. Pinsevent in France, occupied around 12,000 BCE, preserves organized activity areas from hunter-gatherer camps. These were not random crowds wandering through nature. They planned where to work, eat, maintain fires, and process animals. Give both sides only a few hours, and the ancient group wins through numbers and physical familiarity. Give the modern group several days, rope, tools, and defensible terrain, and the fight becomes closer. Engineers could build barriers. Medical workers could keep injured people alive. The person who owns 6 camping knives would finally experience the moment they had been preparing for. There is also a psychological problem. Most modern people have never watched a large group rush toward them with real weapons. Ancient hunter-gatherers were not constantly fighting wars, but they lived closer to injury, animal attacks, blood, and death. The modern front line might break before the first spear lands. Panic spreads faster than any clever plan. A strange modern contrast. Widely accepted germ theory and antiseptic surgery are less than 2 centuries old. We know far more about preventing infection, yet in a battle lasting 20 minutes, long-term wound care may not matter. So who wins? Under these conditions, the 1,000 Stone Age humans probably win about 7 times out of 10. On open ground, they overwhelm the smaller group. In a forest, the modern group survives longer. Behind prepared defenses, with several days to plan, those 100 people might even win by forcing the larger group into narrow, exhausting attacks. The lesson is not that ancient humans were tougher or modern humans are weak. Each group is adapted to a different world. Ancient people carried survival skills in their muscles and habits. Modern people carry thousands of years of accumulated knowledge, but knowledge needs time, tools, and calm people, willing to follow the plan. And if your plan begins with, "I saw this in a movie once," congratulations. You may already be the most dangerous person on the modern team.